All right. So there we go with that. Now let's do cooking with Kurt. All right. Can we do some cooking with Kurt? Can we get some fucking cooking with Kurt? This video does exist. We are going to watch it, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to oversell you. Kurt really dropped the ball on this one is the best way I can word it. This video is only 16 minutes long, which I think is very, I think that's rude to his as one of the highest paying members of Uncivil Law. I feel like my membership is not being honored. I mean, I have 11 months of membership and, I get one member stream a month right now. One a month. And none of it's cooking with Kurt. Well, very rarely it is. I was going to say, I'm disappointed with him. I think the performance is lacking there. Banner is updated. We have cooking with Kurt. I've got it. I found the video. Sorry, it took me so long to do that. We're going to pull that up here. Share. He really sucks on this one. I was thinking maybe I'll, keep the chat on the screen. You'll see. Because he filmed this like this. What a fucking disaster this is. Filmed it vertically. So I thought maybe I keep it on the screen. And then you guys could see the chat. Which we haven't done before, but I think it's important. Okay. Guys, I gotta tell you something. I have watched this. I watched this because I'm always paranoid of the day that I'll be in the middle of doing one of these and Kurt will like take it down, like right in the middle of it and just completely fuck me over and laugh. So I ripped it directly off of YouTube and to do so, I kind of had to sit and record it. And so I did watch it. I've seen it. It was short. So I figured I'll just sit here while it happens. I'm from Texas. This video hurts me. This video hurts me. This video hurts me. I don't know how to say it other than that. I got cream cheese and salsa and chips. That's the only way I can get through this. All right. Here we go. Okay. Are we ready to start this? I'm sorry. I don't mean to delay. I get distracted by you guys who I love very much. And I forget to press play and talk about this. This also, it does pain me and I know that's coming. All right. Here we go.
The law. It's been a while since we've done one of these. We're doing a Cooking with Kurt episode. It's been a while.
First of all, let's take a moment and go back and appreciate how great he looks. He's looking healthy. His complexion is fantastic. Obviously, you know, the working out has been paying off. It does not look, he does not look like stage 3 cancer. Good Lord. Like, I don't know. I'm not even trying to be mean. He looks fucking atrocious here. Like he looks less and less healthy. His eyes are basically Chinese right now. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And yeah, his complexion is getting worse and worse. I don't know if he's still drinking like he used to. If he is, he really needs to stop. And I say that I'm not trying to make fun of him. And that says something about me. Oh yeah, there's an echo. I'll fix that. I'm sorry. That says something about how serious I am here. I'm not trying to make fun of him at all. He looks like he is about to die. And like, holy fuck, man. Get your life under control. That's coming from me. I just somehow got a completely clean bill of health on all of my internal organs. I didn't think that was possible. But you look like you are about to die. You look like you fucking opened the Ark of the Covenant, man. Is this a fatty liver? I mean, when you can see someone's bad decisions on their face, and people have said that about me, and at times it's been true. Like, I'm speaking from experience. Not from anger or hatred or desire to mock. In this case, I don't want Kurt to die. Like, I don't even hate him or anything. I wouldn't be friends with him again. That's literally the extent of my negative feelings towards Kurt. And I think he makes some bad content from time to time. I think his cooking shows are the greatest things ever, except this one, which I hate. But I don't want him to die. I just don't want him to be like he is. I would rather him live. Like, fuck's sake, man. Oh, okay, so here we go.
Kurt episode. It's been a while. It's going to be a fairly short one, all things considered.
He fills the fucking frame. Oh my God. He's so big.
Not in terms of the cook itself, in terms of what we're going to do on stream, because all we're going to be doing is putting a brisket in the oven for 7 hours.
This man is in Texas. He's going to put it in the oven for 7 hours. I mean, I guess you can oven cook a brisket. It'll taste fine. You know why? Because beef is good. That's it. That's it. Beef is just good. But brisket is made to be smoked. It just is. You can cook it in an oven. You can cook it. Guga Foods cooked a brisket in a microwave. But brisket is made to be smoked. You can eat a cigar, but you should smoke it, right? Brisket is made to be smoked. He's going to put it in an oven. You're in Texas, man. He lives in Houston. I don't know his situation if he lives in like an apartment. Maybe he can't have an outdoor grill or smoker. Maybe he can't do that, right? And you can get a smokeless smoker like the indoor ones that sit on your counter. You could do that too. I'm not trying to be. I am being critical.
So not a lot to watch, but we're going to do it anyway. All right. So the rule on brisket is you want to cook it at about 230 for an hour per pound.
Why is that?
That's the secret.
That's not the rule or the secret of brisket. Whatever he just said, throw it out the window. That's not a thing. Oh, you just got to cook it for an hour per pound. No, that's not how brisket works. What you need to do is you need to cook brisket to an internal temperature of 195 and then, or 185 or so. And then you wrap that motherfucker and you keep cooking it until it gets up to about 205. And then you let it rest for a really long time in a cooler covered in towels and shit. Oh, and when you go to wrap it, spray it down with some Wagyu beef tallow and butter. Then wrap it up so all that juicy goodness is in there. This is just fucking throw it in an oven for 1 hour per pound. You don't know. You can't just do this. It's not a turkey, okay? Beef is not poultry. Poultry is predictable. You can do the per pound, whatever, because the fat content in poultry isn't really that variable. A turkey's about as fat as another turkey. Beef, the fat quality, type, marbling, all of that is very, very different. And those differences really, really matter for your dish. Brisket has a lot of very fibrous fat, intramuscular fat, but it's very like, this is from a not very tender part of the animal. That's why you got to cook it so long. And the intramuscular fat and connective tissue that's in there needs to cook at a high temperature for a long time to break down. You could grill a brisket to medium rare. You could just throw it on your grill and grill it till it's 135 like a steak. It will be like biting into a cinder block, right? Like you're like the black guy at the beginning of American History X. You can bite that thing, but it's not going to go well, my man. I don't think you got a choice. Well, Ed Norton made him do it because he's a racist. But that's what a brisket, like, so you gotta be cooking the brisket above like 170 for a significant amount of time for all of that intramuscular fat and connective tissue to render down and then spread out and fill your beautiful meat packet with juice, which is how babies are made and how brisket tastes good. But it's not an hour per pound. It really depends on the brisket that you have. Because if you have like an Australian Wagyu brisket or an Akahashi, which is like an American Wagyu, but it's an imported Japanese cow. Anyway, if you have that, it's fat and connective tissue actually renders at a much lower temperature. So you don't have to cook it the same way as you do like a choice brisket. But the difference between a choice and a prime brisket is worlds apart. Then they change the cook time on all of it. Put a fucking meat thermometer in. That's all you need to do. Put a meat thermometer in and you monitor the temperature. And you put it on a fucking smoker. Oh.
On this particular oven, having done temperature tests in the past, I know that this oven's temperature says 280, but I know that's actually more like 230 from previous tests. So this should be the correct.
Throw your fucking oven in the garbage. Put it outside for a homeless person to live in. What do you do? Look, you want it to be at 230. So actually it's 280. It's off by 50 fucking degrees. Get a convection oven. Get in there with a fan and blow the air around yourself. Get a blow tube in there for however many 7 hours. Get off your lazy ass. 280 for a 230 temp. What a shit oven. How do you have such bad stuff? Like, I hate when stuff breaks.
Temperature again, 230 is what we're looking for. 280 is what it said, but that's because the oven temperature is a little bit off, but we know that from prior experimentation. In terms of our...
Just for a second. And like, he sat around experimenting with the temperature in his oven. That's kind of funny. Like, I'm gonna set my oven to 280, put a thermometer in there and see how it goes. I know people do that, but that Kurt would do that. But the better option is just to spend like, I know he makes more than $800. So spend $800 on a decent oven, or spend like, $1,800, $2,000, get a really nice one. This man's a chef. He's a chef. It's a business expense. He does cooking with Kurt. Write it off. No, instead he's going to fuck around with the temperature and be like 50 degrees hotter is fine. That's normal. Oh my God.
Meat. We are going to be doing, in terms of our meat.
In terms of our meat.
We are going to be doing this lovely piece of meat. This is brisket, point cut, 7 pounds.
All right. This is not a brisket. This is brisket. Those are two different things. I should have addressed this earlier. He's doing the point. The brisket muscle is separated into two sections, or the brisket cut, I should say. It's two sections. You have the flat and the point. The flat is the flat part, that it tends to be leaner. It has a fat cap that runs along the top of it, but it doesn't have as much of a pronounced intramuscular fat. The point is where the grain shifts. It's a separate muscle that does a different thing, and the grain shifts from the grain of the flat into, it's not quite a 90-degree shift. It's 60 degrees, something like that. Anyway, you have a different muscle there. And you also, that's where that strip of fat down the middle starts to really develop in those slices of the point, because you have this really, that's where a lot of connective tissue is. It's kind of between those muscles or whatever. And that's a part that you really need to render out. Now, he has just the point. He doesn't have the flat. That makes the cook a little bit different, not too much. But I personally, I don't have a preference between the point or the flat. They are very different cuts, right? When you eat the flat, you have a less fatty, but consequently less tender cut of meat. But it's nice. It's leaner. It's beefier, etc. The point is very succulent. It's got a lot of fat in it. It's very juicy, messy. But depending on how you've cooked this brisket, if you don't render out that connective tissue, it can get kind of like a chewy part through the middle. Some people don't like to bite into fat that they can see and stuff. So it kind of matters. It is worth noting that he bought the fatter meat. Good job. It's probably why you look like trash. But so he's just got the point. Now, the other reason to bring this up, this is no shade. Kurt's one man, 7 pounds of meat is already too much. But if you have the point and the flat, you're looking, you're talking about having a 15+ pound piece of meat. He probably doesn't need all that. He's already going to cook 7 pounds of meat and eat it within an hour or whatever. But this again, this impacts the trimming that you have to do, how you handle your meat, and then it does impact how it cooks. When you have the flat and the point, you need to trim the meat so that it's doesn't have like protruding little pieces and edges. It should look a little aerodynamic because it should be going in a smoker and smoke should be going across it, and the airflow over it matters. He's going to put it in an oven and not a convection oven. If he had a convection oven, that would be different. It still would be unacceptable, but it would be moving air across it. Don't worry. Let's just see how he trims this. I will also have you note he's a minute 13 in. No one has chatted yet.
$7.49 a pound, $52. A beautiful piece of meat. And again, all we're going to do is put that in the oven.
That is not a beautiful piece of meat. That is clearly USDA choice brisket. It is not prime brisket. It may be USDA select. $7.50 a pound? Where the fuck is anyone finding beef at $7.50 a pound? Hamburger is like $9 a pound right now.
A little bit of spices.
AJ says 7 pounds is enough for my family of 4 plus leftovers. If your family of 4 is putting down a 7 pound brisket, like they're fat too. I love eating a pound of brisket, but that's a lot. That's unreasonable. I'm not saying you can't do it. I mean, what am I, a pussy? Of course I can eat a pound of brisket. I'll eat 2 pounds of brisket. Fuck you. But when you do that, that's a lot of meat, and it's a lot of red meat, and you'll feel really bad, and you'll look like Kurt if you do that. No, 7 pounds is a shitload of brisket for 4 people. But leftovers, I guess. I hate leftovers, but leftovers, I guess. Invite some friends over, some neighbors. Again, give it to the homeless guy in the oven you put out front. The Jewish homeless guy in the oven, you shouldn't move in there. Very dangerous, I hear.
4, 7.
James E. Jimbo says, sorry, I'll watch my language. How the fuck? What are you fucking talking? You better not.
Hours. So easy peasy. I'm going to use this nice little glass dish we have here to cook it in. It's going to be fantastic.
Nice little glass dish.
Go ahead and open that up.
What is this? What is even happening? If you're going to cook a fucking brisket point in the oven, at least get like a cast iron enamel coated Dutch oven to put it in. Right? Do that. Pour some fucking red wine in there and braise that motherfucker. Like if you're going to do it that way, if you're going to already ruin it, do it that way. Like you're going to put it in this glass thing. I don't believe you, Jamesy. You cannot be funny without the F word. So he's got it in a glass casserole. He just threw it in there.
Now, for
certainly
seasoning.
Wait, what do you mean seasoning? Aren't you going to trim it?
We're going to coat this.
Aren't you going to trim it?
In a Carolina style.
You fucking N-word. You're in Texas. Carolina style barbecue sauce is going on your Texas brisket? What the fuck are you doing? I know he's not Texan, but he's in Texas. Assimilate or be deported. Go back to the East Coast. Ugh.
Barbecue sauce, mustard style, which I think is going to be excellent.
And a mustard sauce. Fuck you. Fuck you, you monster. You monster. You know what goes on brisket? I'm going to tell you right now. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. What about paprika? Nope. What about chili pepper? Nope. Fucking kill yourself. Salt and pepper. That's it. That's all that goes on brisket. You don't need all this bullshit. You know what you need? Beef. You know what's great on beef? Salt and pepper. You know how I know I'm right? Because routinely rated the best brisket on the entire planet, Franklin's Barbecue in Austin, Texas. You know what they season their beef with? Salt and fucking pepper. That's it. That's all it is. Cadillac's Barbecue, which is the best brisket I've ever eaten. It was the American Wagyu. It was like eating beef butter. You can't eat a lot of it. It was so succulent. Salt and pepper. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need all this other shit. Salt and pepper.
To go with it. So we're going to coat that with that, and that's going to be pretty easy enough. So we'll go ahead and get started with that.
You're witnessing the Holocaust 2.0 right now. This one's just as real. Salt and pepper. No, don't do this. No, this is like that scene in Scarface when Angel's about to get his body cut up by a chainsaw. You're like, don't do it. No, poor Angel. The guy just want to walk around in a pimp hat. Don't kill him. Don't do this. No, you don't have to do this. No. But you can't. Ah, gross. This is Kurt's whole life. This is how it works out.
Just take a little brush here. Brush it in.
Tiffany Lee says, this Austin, Texas girl agrees. You're from Austin? That's cool. My sister lived in Austin for a really long time. I love that town. I hate it. Don't get me wrong, but I love it also. I love to eat there. I just don't like driving in it. And I don't like all the liberal commie scum that live there. Oh, yeah. We do have ASMR breathing going on. I'm talking over it because I'm trying to keep you guys here. I don't want to scare you away, but... and thank you. Flightless. Hands would be fine here. Actually, I'm gonna one-up you. Hands are preferable. Because if you're gonna put a fucking sauce on meat, massage it into the meat. And you're brushing it with a fucking pastry brush. Brushes for basting and pastry. Yeah, he's just sliding barbecue sauce all over the edge. What's the point? None of the barbecue sauce is penetrating the meat. None of it's doing that. It's just sitting there on top. Now, I know some people use mustard or a barbecue sauce, which you shouldn't use a barbecue sauce, and you should never use mustard. But some people use it. A mustard-based barbecue sauce is even worse, but they use it for a binder. He's not really doing that. Like, he doesn't say he's doing that. He seems to like the idea of slathering a foreign fucking sauce all over his meat. But sauce comes out of your meat. You don't put some other sauce on it unless some things happen in bathrooms, okay? But no, put some gloves on. He should, because he flakes disgusting skin all over the place. So he should put gloves on to do it, but put some gloves on and rub that meat down, slap it a little bit, tease it, get that thing worked up. No, instead he's gingerly, I don't know how he's holding the brush. Everything he does just pisses me off. It's all wrong. It doesn't look right. James Jimbo says, I'm about to start searing my chuck roast before crocking it and stock and chopping up my top. Yeah, okay, so yeah, you're about to make, a traditional pot roast or maybe beef bourguignon, which sounds great and delicious and is not brisket, right? Not brisket. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be brisket. I fucking hate this. We do have his audience has finally checked in. We have Cowpoke saying, morning. Oh my God, I haven't caught a cooking show in forever. That's because he hasn't done one. Pieta. Yellow pea is pretty decent marbling. No, it is. Okay, fine. I love brisket, says Marianne. If you love brisket, what are you doing there? This also, I do want to point out, this is a members only show that he's doing. But these people are not members, so that's a lie. He's a liar also. Uniqueness says, someone gifted me a channel membership. Why are you green? So that's not real. I think he just forgot to make it members only while he did the live stream, and he turned it members only later. Show us the Texas way. He's not showing you the Texas way. He's showing you the worst way. I grew up on a farm. We know our meat. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is either choice or select. Look at all that. Look at bros. You got to trim your brisket. What are you doing? You should leave some of the fat on there. The brisket has a lot of it. You really trim it. Put some fucking effort into what you're doing. Ew. Look at this. Oh, he's brushing inside those meat lips. Ladies. No! Stop! Ew! Did you guys ever see the movie The Abyss with Ed Harris? Where he's like a deep sea worker and he has to do whatever. They have to put on their little scuba suits and go out into the deep sea environment. And all you hear for most of the movies is just this, that's what I can't stop thinking about that movie while this is on. The sounds are kind of hot. No. Can you imagine the meat's point of view right now? Mel, the worst thing is, yes, I can. I can imagine it and I hate it. Like, stop brushing me. Stop. It's like a toddler having to get their hair styled by their mom. Stop brushing me. AJ disagree. I think she says, okay, his mouth sounds are going to make me check out. Now, Jamesy says they're kind of hot. She says check out. So I can only assume AJ will have to check out because she's got a case of the vapors. Got flaking skin as he brushes sauce all over your supple body. I should go to jail for that.
Okay.
Ah, sounds.
Then in terms of our spice mix, we're also going to just do a little bit of Worcestershire for a little extra seasoning flavor there.
I'm sorry. What fucking blasphemy did you just utter? You just slathered mustard-flavored barbecue sauce on your meat. Now you're going to just throw some Worcestershire on there? For what? What purpose do you have to commit this atrocity? You don't have a Nuremberg defense here. This is all you. This is all him. What are you doing? Why? What is the purpose of this? So now he's thinned out his barbecue sauce with a pointless Worcestershire sauce. He's not marinating in it, in that. There's not enough for it to be, again, to penetrate deeply into the brisket and like flavor into the meat with the Worcestershire. I don't use Worcestershire anyway. Maybe on some ground meat mixes like that. Sometimes I'll put a little in some hamburger or something. But rarely might. Fucking Rembrandt over here.
Good. Now for our spice mix, we're going to be.
He does the same breathing every time he's prepping meat.
Using this paleo powder.
Paleo powder. He's got barely any left. See, this is the thing I don't understand. This man will put 9 bouillon cubes in his coq au vin. He has barely any seasoning, and he has paleo powder. What the fuck is paleo powder? What's in it? Hold on. We're going to deep dive into this. Paleo powder. Paleo powder. Okay, so what's in this? All-purpose, health-conscious seasoning blend designed for paleo, Whole30, and keto diets. Free from MSG, gluten, and artificial additives. Okay, what's in it? High-quality spices and herbs without sugar, MSG, preservatives, or fillers. The AIP version is specifically formulated for individuals with chronic inflammation, autoimmune conditions, or gut sensitivities. That's not what he has here. He should. I think all of those apply to him. The original. Where's the original? Paleo powder. So this 6-ounce thing is $11. Ingredients: salt, chili powder, garlic powder, black pepper, onion powder, white pepper, cumin, and cayenne pepper. I know it's pronounced cumin, but I'm going to call it cumin from now on. We cumin. So it's like, I guess it's an okay blend of things. I think it's way too much. For brisket, I don't agree. Don't put it on brisket. Stop. Brisket is just salt and pepper. That's all you need. You don't need this paleo fucking bullshit. It's bullshit.
Original, keto-friendly all-purpose seasoning. It's got salt, chili powder, garlic powder, black pepper, onion powder,
ear itches,
white pepper, cumin, and cayenne pepper. I've used this spice blend before, so very nice and very pleasant.
How much sodium was in the barbecue sauce? It was HEB Carolina barbecue sauce, specialty series, 12 servings per container. I don't know how much he dumped on there. 2 tablespoons a serving. He definitely has more than 2 tablespoons. I don't think that, this isn't really going to be doing it like other stuff is, but 50 calories per 2 tablespoons, 240 milligrams of sodium, 11 grams of carbohydrates, no protein, some potassium, calcium. He probably used, I would say 6 tablespoons, but we're not talking about excessive levels of salt on this. Shockingly, at least not from this barbecue sauce. So
we're going to go ahead.
Look at this person. Have you made this before? Cooking with Kurt, one of my favorite pastimes. I've missed this so much. Me too. I've only made it spicing it with herb de Provence, or whatever it's called. I'm no judge. I don't like a lot of meat. You don't like meat because you're spicing beef with herb de Provence. What do you got? What is happening in American education? Mark Cunningham says that. James River saws. My mother made me a wonderful brisket, or made a wonderful brisket. Everybody's mom makes a wonderful brisket. You're not special. David Jimenez says Da Vinci with the sauce. Oh yeah, because he painted. That's funny. Good job. Best barbecue of my life was from Texas. That's the only barbecue. Everywhere else, I'm sorry. Like, you're trying. It's cute. I was flying into New Orleans from LAX, and my friend drove up from Texas with some leftover barbecue, and we had it that night in the hotel. It was hours old and the best. So you've not had good barbecue. That's cool. Thanks for telling us. Now you hear that rattle going on, right? That's because his spices were left open. A bunch of humidity got in there. Now it's all clumped up and gross. That's a lot of fucking spice on this brisket. I do want to say that. Like, look at that. It's uneven. It's just a mess. No care is provided. And now he's gonna rub it with the brush. What are you doing? Why would you do this? What are you doing?
Okay. And now we will do the other side.
What was that? Oh, he's slathering more of this barbecue sauce on. Oh, wait, he didn't do that. That's right. He hadn't turned it yet. Oh, I love that sound. Don't you need salt to denature the protein and improve the texture? I mean, you need salt because it tastes good. That's what you need salt for. And since brisket's cooked for so long, right? You can heavily salt the outside, and it will, as that, you don't even have to like dry brine it. You can dry brine it, but if you just have the salt, and I mean, you can have pepper or whatever on the outside, the salt will extract moisture from the brisket, and the brisket will bring that moisture back in, especially as it's cooking. Some of that moisture is gonna evaporate and stuff. Some of it's gonna get pulled back in, but the salt will do that. But barbecue, listen, barbecue is about creating, especially Texas barbecue, is about creating a bark out of seasoning. The outside is going to be coated with this bark, and then it should be heavy and thick, and it should not be timid. And you slice the brisket the long way, right? And so you get a thin strip of bark around the whole thing. Every bite basically should have bark on it, but it's not over seasoned or overpowered because you have a lot of meat between where the bark goes. You don't cut thick chunks of the outside of it. That doesn't make sense. So it's thin. You get a thin layer of bark around it. It nicely seasons all of it. But because of that, you can be really aggressive with the seasoning. Add that up, and then that seasoning is gonna form that crust. That's why you want a lot of pepper. You want some nice sturdy fucking kosher salt all over it. Disgusting. This is slopping sauce all over his.
Okay, a little Worcestershire.
Why does he prep food on the stovetop? I don't understand.
And our spice blend.
It's like watching a school shooting video. There's nothing you can do. You're completely helpless. You're just sitting here depressed because you're watching an atrocity being committed willfully, typically unskilled against a victim that can't even do anything, can't defend itself. That lump of adequate maybe beef is sitting there. It's not ambulatory. It just has to wait for what he's about to do to it. Again, just like children trapped in a school being slaughtered by a heartless monster. It's the same level of sin that we're witnessing. Why even bother seasoning this thing if you're going to brush the seasoning off, you fucking oaf?
The spice rub is this Paleo Powder Original. It has a very good seasoning blend. And the sauce we're using, again, is this Carolina style mustard barbecue sauce. And then a little Worcestershire sauce.
Wander Any Nectar says...
And that's the blend.
Fucking cunt. Not you, Wander. Sorry, I was talking to Kurt. I needed to pause that because I have to address something. I appreciate the live for the middle of the night nursing entertainment. Hey, look, we are nurse fans here. And I don't mean, I'm not making a joke on that. I'm a nurse fan because, I have personally birthed 5 children. My wife was involved, I guess. But the amount of care that our family received from nurses through those most tender and precious moments is some of the most important professional interaction we have. People like you brought our most precious treasures into the world and cared for them at birth and in times that they got sick. So while normally I would make like a joke about, man, I love nurses. Like, I'm not actually doing that. I'm saying genuinely thank you for what you do, for pulling these overnights, for bringing people through the hardest times and sometimes the last times of their lives. It's really amazing that you guys do that.
Great.
Oh, wait a minute. Not a nurse, just a mom. That type of nursing. Baby milk nursing. Not the profession. Okay, well, forget everything I just said. I hate nurses, don't like them at all. Good job putting your boob in a baby's mouth. That's where those things belong. In mouths.
Now, to monitor the temperature, we will be using this Bluetooth.
You and I have beef now. And it's bigger than this brisket. I gave this sometimes, such a woman thing. Maybe you just keep your mouth shut next time and you just say, you're welcome. Okay? Because I worked hard on that. Thank you. I worked hard on that. And I feel like maybe you just undermined it. And this is my show. Like, you can't come in here and just undermine. That was heartfelt.
This probe. This is from a company called Meter. Meater, right? It's a Bluetooth smart thermometer that can work in temperatures up to 1,000 degrees. Monitors the temperature.
Thanks for telling us that, Mr.
So that way
I'm
we can make sure
230, but actually 280.
And we get a nice and perfect cut.
Look at how tender and supple this cut of brisket is. He can't even get the meat thermometer into the meat. He had two hands pushing down on it like TNT in an Acme cartoon. He fucking can't get it in there. Ooh, that's gonna be a delicious brisket. The black link. Ain't no fucking way he's cooking fat side down. Yeah. What do you expect? Fat side down in a glass dish. You know, it's perfect.
There we go. Just like that.
Yeah, just like
Perfect.
that. Perfection is a word.
Great. Then, okay, so I have to set up the cook. So we are doing beef, we are doing a roast, we are doing brisket, we are doing the oven. Start cook.
If you're doing a roast, you're doing it wrong.
Okay.
Okay,
smart thermometer set up.
I know he's just saying stuff, but this isn't a roast. This is a brisket. Just because you're slow cooking it in an oven, a roast is braised, which is kind of weird because it's a roast. But a roast is braised. There's no braising liquid, so you're not making a roast. You're making an abomination, frankly. But if you're going to do something like cooking with Kurt, cooking with Raggets, whatever, bring knowledge to the show. Or not everybody, like it's fine if you don't know some. If you don't have the knowledge, bring a desire to learn to it. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think Kurt would sell himself as a chef, although he thinks he cooks good food. That's fine. Who cares? He likes his food. I'm proud of him. But like he knows he's not a chef, right? Like he knows he's not a chef, and he may like his food, but if you're going to do a show about it, you should either be knowledgeable so you can educate others, or you should be diving into something to learn from it. He's doing neither. He's certainly not knowledgeable. Anybody who watches this and copies it will die. Like he's some sort of mutant who's living through his nutrition, but no one wants to replicate this. There's no one in the chat going, I'm going to try this right now. This looks great. But he's not endeavoring to learn. So he's not teaching. He's not endeavoring to learn. And he's not entertaining. What is happening? Like, what is the purpose of this? I don't get why he does them. I'm glad he does. We are all mad here too. It says upside down, no foil. It's going to be dry AF. What are you talking about? The fat that he didn't trim off isn't just going to render directly down onto the glass dish and just kind of out. Like, that's not going to happen. What do you mean? How dare you? Winston Smith, 2902, says he's winded from cooking. No, he was actually, he was winded before he started cooking. He was winded right at the very beginning of the stream. So he's winded from pressing play on his phone and backing up 4 feet. And we've seen him apply makeup, right, AJ? Like, you know what, guys, like secretly, sometimes you get a little proud of something that you did. You're like, that was fucking funny. I'm so proud of the thumbnail I had for that makeup with Kurt. I think that thumbnail, I look at that thumbnail and I'm just like, that was magnifique. As the homos would say.
Into the oven we go.
They say the same thing in Auschwitz.
And we will see you in about 7 hours. Great.
How do you even look like this? Abstract art looking motherfucker walking around. What? His geometry is off. Queen of Hearts. Yes, he put it fat down. Fat down. His geometry is off. But yeah, so here's the thing. That's all he showed. That's all he showed of his amazing brisket. His prep, and then he's like, it'll be ready in about 7 hours. Well, what was this? Now, he does say you can maybe see the finished product on some stream. Maybe we can go look for it real quick.
So as I said, the brisket's pretty simple. You want 230, 235 for an hour per pound. This is 7 pounds. The oven says 280, but I know from previous experience that the oven is a little off, so that should be close to 230, because I know from prior experience. And that's it.
Keep convincing us.
So we just take the big piece of meat.
That's my stripper name. Notice he's not washing his hands. Now, I don't know if he ever touched the beef, but I do know he has a need to wipe his hands off, which makes me think he did touch the beef. He's not washing them. He's wiping them with a dry paper towel. I just wanted to point that out.
Put in the oven, having coated it with our Carolina barbecue sauce, a little bit of Worcestershire.
Was the date of this video just a couple days ago?
The spice blend. Put in the oven, and 7 hours later, we'll have a good brisket. And yes, I have done this before. I've done this several times before. It turns out great. Obviously, you don't get the smoke flavor.
Is it obvious? With that Worcestershire on there, I wasn't sure. Queen of Hearts, Charnel, says it would be worth buying a smoker and cooking it outside. Cheaper than heating up his whole house in July in Houston for 7 hours. This is something that, I don't usually think about until I'm in the kitchen going, fuck, I forgot that this happens. Heating up a house in summertime with an oven on a long cook is not necessary. get a grill smoker. I mean, you can cook inside on a burner for, most meals that I cook take less than 30 minutes. We're talking prep and cooking time. A lot of what I cook these days, my kids love fried rice, for example. So I'll either cook up a big batch of rice in my pressure cooker, or I'll use those instant rice, depending on how many people want to eat rice or whatever. Or if I have other purposes for the rice later, I might use the Uncle Ben's bagged rice or whatever for a single serving. But then I'll get a couple vegetables, chop them up, protein if they want it, some fried eggs, and I'll just make fried rice and I'll just make it one serving at a time typically. And I love doing that. Each dish of fried rice, once you get all the ingredients prepped, they take less than 5 minutes to cook. I mean, it's very, very fast. And so, so that doesn't like heat up the house a lot. You turn an oven on and cook meat for 7 hours, even though the oven's low at 230 degrees or whatever, it's going to be that hot for 7 hours. And then it's going to remain hot for the next day. Not really, but for the next 3 or 4 hours as well. So you're talking in July in Texas, adding several degrees of ambient temperature to your house. It cannot be overstated how horrible it must smell in Kurt's house whenever he does this.
Because you're not smoking it, so you don't get that smoke.
Nick, we need you to do a cooking segment. Okay, I'll work on it.
Flavor, you could use artificial smoke, obviously. I don't like the taste of artificial smoke, but you get a very, very high quality experience. So
no, you get, what are you talking about?
A lot of the same things. You get a lot of the crusting still, you get a lot of that bark still. You just don't. Yeah, could you do it in a slow cooker?
You are not going to get crusting and bark by ovening a brisket down. He's like, yeah, you get a lot of crusting and bark. No, you don't. What are you talking about? It's completely different.
You mean in my Instant Pot? If I had a smaller piece of meat, maybe. Yeah, I suppose you could. You could probably figure out a way to do it in a slow cooker. I'm sure there's a way to do it. But the oven is superior here because we just want dry.
Why? Why is the oven superior? He's sitting here. He's like, yeah, I guess you could cook it in a slow cooker. Homie, you've got it in an oven, in a glass dish. I hate to say that for 7 hours at 230, you are cooking it in a slow cooker. That's what you're doing. You're doing the same thing. He's like, no, we want to dry it out. He's saying, no, you don't. What are you talking about? We just want dry. No, we don't want dry. You never want dry beef. Lubricate that.
There's a way to do it, but the oven is superior here because we just want dry heat, right? If we did it in a slow cooker, we'd have to have some sort of moisture.
Why? What are you talking about? We'd have to have some sort of moisture. What is this?
So you could be done, but you'd get more of a, cooking in a liquid, which is a different experience than dry. So you really want more dry, at least in my humble opinion. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously other ways.
If you are cooking a brisket in an oven, you may as well braise it. It still tastes good. Like a braised oven cooked brisket tastes fine. It's not barbecue. It's not brisket. But you may as well, like you slathered barbecue sauce and Worcestershire on it. What are you talking about? Like, oh, we just want it dry. No, if you wanted it dry, it would have been salt and pepper. You would have rubbed it on there and left it there like a man. You don't want it dry. You added a shitload of liquid for no purpose, and sugar, by the way.
You could do this. The preferred way to do this would be to do it on a smoker.
Yeah.
That would be the optimal way, but since I don't have a smoker, an oven will do fine. Great. So that brings us to the end of Cooking with Kurt. As I said, a relatively short episode because...
Love the cooking tips. You do? Hey, Kurt, I know you're going to share, right? Says Lori Ann. So we've spotted the 17-year-old in the chat.
The prep is very easy, as you can see. And had I not been talking through it and, talking with you, I could have done it in half the time. So, 7 minutes worth of prep, 7 hours later, you're done. So, and you get a beautiful...
Kaufman says, ew, Nick. If people don't know that joke, if you don't understand that joke, that is not out of the blue. That's from the pizza casserole. That's from the pizza casserole.
And you get 7 pounds worth of beautiful beef that you will be able to eat for several days. And then I've got, some nice little horseradish to pair with it, No,
and, I don't know why.
That's about it.
Brisket, don't put horseradish on it.
That's it. Will I post pictures? Sure, I'll post pictures after it's done.
I bet
You'll probably see it when it's done, to be honest, because we'll be on stream together, and you'll probably be able to see it at the end of the court hearing. So by the end of the day when the court hearing's over, you'll probably get to see it today. So that's all. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Kurt. When am I streaming later?
I found this interesting. Why no talkie? Usually, Kurt's Cooking with Kurt streams have an hour or more of Kurt philosophizing with his chat, interacting with them, talking with them. It's member content. Like that's what it's for. It's what I've been doing with you guys this whole time. I don't know if you even realize it. I've been romancing you from here. Why isn't he doing that? What am I paying for? I pay like $25 a month to this motherfucker, and he's not doing it. Deke Ed says, this isn't the nightmare I imagined. I thought he would use that fake liquid smoke that smells like feet. Oh, no, don't worry. His house does that on its own. That's not I'm not exact. Like, I haven't been to his house. I've been around him to know enough to know that his house smells like feet automatically. So I said he wasn't marinating the meat or anything. That's not entirely true, because anything that's in open air around him is marinating in a sense. And it is a, I don't know how else to say it. It's like a dead skin, gym sock, foot smell, like a hockey bag, right? It's disgusting. Being around him is really difficult. And I tried on multiple occasions to do that. It's tough. Winston Smith says he needs to do after shows. What does he do with 7 pounds of meat? He eats it. Okay, quick question to the chat, honestly. How long would it take you guys to eat 7 pounds of beef? Now you have to factor this in, not 7 pounds of different beefs, 7 pounds of the same beef that you cooked on one day. How many days is it going to take you to eat that 7 pounds of beef? And I don't mean you're going for it. Like, it's not like, okay, I have a 7 pound beef challenge. How fast can I get this down? Can I get this down in a day, 2 days, 3? No. You're going to eat meals, regular meals. How long is it going to take you to eat 7 pounds of beef all alone? 5 days? 5 days? 5 days is pretty fast. Like, some people are really good at leftovers. I can't eat the same thing every meal. If I had brisket for dinner yesterday, I love brisket. I probably don't want brisket today. Now, what I might do is if I have like brisket and I'm trying to get through it because I don't want it to be a waste, I might chop it up and put it in something, ramen, for example. Love to add some brisket, especially this point meat brisket to ramen. Just chop it up or shred it or whatever. Oh, it's really delicious, right? Or make tacos out of it. Perfect. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. 3 days tops, I eat a lot of meat. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of beef. Beef, I love beef, by the way. But if I'm eating beef like that, if I'm eating 2 pounds of beef a day, I'm going to be bloaty and miserable.
Tyler Robinson hearing with Charlie Kirk's Killer. I've been streaming every day. The preliminary hearing. So that's going to be coming on in an hour. So I'll continue streaming that and see if anything interesting happens today. And
does anybody know?
I'll see you in an hour. And until then, my friends, I hope all's well.
Does anybody know if he revealed the brisket?
All right, welcome back to season 8 of our show. And
you know what? This guy can shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear his bullshit. I'm going to see if he posted his photos at all. Nope. He didn't post photos of the beef. So you're going to be Kurt. Wait, what? You talking about because I'm bloated up with beef? Is that what it is? Yes. He didn't reveal it. It was chewy. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Brisket. Brisket is a wonderful, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Buga Foods. Like, I watched some of his videos at first, but then I was just like, okay, this is the same thing every single time. Kind of boring. He gets all these. But whatever. I did watch him do a microwave. I think it was Buga. He did a microwave brisket. Brisket's a resilient meat. It really is. And his conclusion was, obviously, it's not as good as a smoked brisket. Nothing even close. He's like, yeah, you chop it for tacos or something like that, and it would be good. It would be good. It did preserve a lot of liquid because of how microwaves work, really. And it cooked it through. You put brisket and cook it to temperature, it's going to be pretty good. There are ways to ruin it. I have had a brisket inadvertently ruined it multiple times because my prior smoker, I have a gravity-fed long charcoal smoker now. My prior smoker was a pellet smoker, but it had a bad pellet copper design, and so it would form cavities, cavitation, we call it. It formed cavity over the feed hole. It's disgusting. And the pellets would kind of like lock into a dome shape, and it wouldn't feed in. And so you have to go out there and manually agitate it from time to time. That was the first model, the first year they sold the pellet smoker. Like, no, I don't remember. Doesn't matter. The next year they actually corrected the design. They put the feed hopper in it 45 degrees instead of straight down, and it got the cavity effect, and everybody's happy. But mine doesn't do that, and I stopped using it. But I was smoking a brisket in the winter time, and the cavitation occurred, which meant the flame went out, which meant the temperature dropped, and I was cooking it overnight. It was in the winter, and so then it froze on the smoker. That was not the best brisket. That was not the best brisket, for example. But generally speaking, if you cook the brisket in one shot and you cook it efficiently, it's gonna be fine. It's a good tasting piece of meat. There's a bunch of stuff about like competition barbecue brisket, barbecue brisket. There's a bunch of attributes that people have decided that this is what makes a barbecue brisket. You're not getting those in the oven, you're not getting those in the microwave. But you really can't fuck it up too bad. You just keep cooking it. Brisket is good at 205, 210 degrees. It's still delicious. You can stick to 5 to 10. You might as well, might as well be in charcoal. It wasn't a Traeger. It's not a Traeger. Traeger's I didn't know Traeger because it didn't hot enough. But it's a major grill brand. That's why I thought it'd be better. I can't remember. It was nice. It was a pellet smoker grill, and that's why I liked it because you could get that thing to grill. The grill up to like 600 degrees, which is pretty cool. My gravity fed smoker, that grill can get way hotter. It's awesome. Yes, that is Dr. Pepper, green soda. Okay. Well, that was Cooking with Kurt. It is anticlimactic. It's also, it's an atrocity.